Hi, I'm Mark, and today I'm going to show you the basics of how to build a modular potion machine. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, what do you mean modular? Well, if you take a look here, each of these is a different potion. And rather than building one big machine that brews a bunch of different potions, I built modules where each potion is brewed by a separate module. Now you can see they do take up a little space between modules, but you can figure out a design that works well to overcome that. Now the really cool thing about this design is if you look in this chest, there's no potions. And you say, oh, that stinks, now I've got to wait for my potions. Push this button, take a look, and there are 3 potions for you. And it works every time that way. Come here, empty chest, open it back up, and there's our 3 potions, which is really sweet. Now, you do have to wait a while before you can try to get more potions, but hopefully by then you'll have used the ones that you've got and enough time has passed that the next set will be brewed. Now, this is my own design. However, I found out later on that this design is very similar to some others that are out there. So don't think I stole it, but you'll find a lot of similarities here between my build and other people's. So moving on, the buttons at the side of the potion machine chests here, they start the brewing cycle, which is a little different than other brewing machines. So what happens, we push the button, potions dump out, and it starts a fresh brewing cycle. And that makes a huge difference in when you get the delivery of your potions. So many potion machines don't start brewing until you push the button. The first brew that is on this system, however, will be just water bottles because you got to pipe through the first one and dump it out before the brews actually start for the potions. Now let's take a look at how this actually works. Now that we've taken a look at the front. Oh, by the way, this isn't going to be like other tutorials where I walk you through, put this block here, put that block here. This one's simple enough that I can show you how it works, and in the process you're going to see where the blocks need to be placed and you'll be able to set this up on your own. I had this on another server and I just did some quick screenshots and it was simple enough I could spot everything I needed to see. So back to where we were at. Right on the back side of this button here, if you take a look, there's our button. On the back side of the button is the redstone torch. Now when the redstone torch becomes unlit, in other words when you push the button, it will turn off the signal here. Now a couple of things start happening here. If you take a look at this one path of redstone, it goes to the hopper right underneath the brewing stand. What that does is it immediately opens up that hopper and lets those potions flow through. And you can see there are potions in here right now, all brewed and ready to go. So what happens, you push the button, redstone signal comes, opens up this hopper, and the potions come out. Now if you notice, there is another path taken here, and this is a timer. The whole idea is to slow things down long enough to get those potions out before you start bringing new potions in, or new to-be brewed potions. So let's follow this along. You can see that the signal is there right at the moment, comes to this block, and it will light this torch. That torch will again light this, we'll just follow the path, and these are our dispensers. Those are where we have our raw ingredients. So you can see we have the nether wart there, the spider eye, the fermented spider eye, the glowstone dust, wishful thinking, and the gunpowder. Now, one thing I want to point out immediately is the fact that these have to be in order. You want to put the first ingredient in that is closest to the brewing stand. So if we look at this, that's the nether wart. Next up is the spider eye. You want to be in order. What can happen is the machine doesn't know what order you want to brew these in, so you have to basically tell it. As this redstone signal fires up, these are all pretty much going to drop within a few ticks of each other. But because this one's farther down the line than this one, this will be the first one that drops in the order. And it'll drop down into this hopper here and then drop into the brewing stand. Well, another challenge you've got here is that you need to get the water bottles down there as well. So if we go down here, this is our chest for water bottles, which is empty. I've got a feeling with all these hoppers, we're going to find some in here. Yep. All right, there's our water bottles. And if you paid close attention, you saw that once again, we had another turn in our redstone from our timer. Let me see if I can spot that for you. Right here. So we had this one going up to trigger our ingredients. We had this one going up here to trigger our bottles. And that will open up this particular hopper and let those bottles flow out into the brewing stand. Now, if you haven't worked with a brewing stand before, here's kind of how things work. A hopper on the bottom takes the potions out. Now, as long as that hopper is basically closed, your bottles will stay in there. Open up that hopper by turning off the signal, and your potions will come out. Then you want to close that back up, and you want your bottles to drop in. Unfortunately, you have to pre-fill your bottles with water. There's no way to do that automatically. But once you let these potions out of here, these water bottles can come flowing in. And then from above are your ingredients. And obviously you want those to drop into the water bottles, so that's kind of your sequence of events. Get rid of the potions, add the fresh water bottles, and then add your ingredients. Put it all together, and it makes a pretty nifty potion machine. Now let me show you what I meant by modular. If you take a look, here's one module, here's another module, here's another module. There are 3 distinct modules. Ignore these repeaters because they actually go to the next module. This module here is only 4 blocks wide. Well, 5. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks wide. That's all the more space it takes up though, which is pretty cool. And this is a very simple build, believe it or not. So I'm going to give you some quick, slow, not even pans. I'm going to just give you a quick look at how this is built. And we'll just hold on these shots so you can pause the video. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll go up a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll go from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't this exciting? 5. Then from the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go out a little bit here so you can see that as well. And then from the lower right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully that gets everything for you. But those are all the angles. Those are the basics of how this works. Now you're probably saying, well, why didn't you build it brick by brick so that I could see it? Brick by brick. I've been playing this game for over 2 years, block by block. And you're probably wondering, why didn't I show you how to do that? Well, the reason is that I want you to build your own. You could follow me step by step by step and probably not learn anything. The best way to learn is to know the basic concepts and then build your own. My guess is you're going to come up with something better than I've got here. If you do, leave a comment and let me know what you did, and maybe even shoot me a image so that I can take a look at it. I think that's about it. One thing you could do, and I forgot to mention this is in the back here, and I didn't do this, is add an auto smelter and a water source. The reason being is then you can instantly make your water bottles. Right now, the way I've got this set up, I've got to leave the room, I've got to go get my water bottles and bring them back. If I had a smelter here, all I have to do is throw some sand in, I get my glass for my bottles, I build my bottles, and I fill them up with water. So, well, that's about it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, keep that to yourself. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.